Prime Minister Narendra Modi will visit Manipur this weekend. Authorities in Manipur are preparing for two separate rallies in Imphal and Churachandpur that Prime Minister Modi will address. This will be Prime Minister Modi's first visit to the state after violence broke out in May 2023. Manipur has been roiled by sweeping ethnic violence since May 2023 in a widespread conflict that has claimed 260 lives and displaced another 50,000 people in the initial phase. 15,000 people continue to be internally displaced. Last week, two prominent Kuki-Zo groups signed the suspension of operation agreement with the government on renegotiated terms and conditions under which they agreed on maintaining territorial integrity of Manipur, relocating designated camps away from vulnerable areas, and working for a solution to bring lasting peace and stability in the state. On this issue, I am joined by Michael Lamjathang Haukip, Thado leader, who also functioned as a spokesperson for Bharatiya Janata Party. Michael, a very warm welcome to you for joining me.
Thank you. Good evening, Kartikeya.
Your opening comments on Prime Minister Modi's visit to Manipur.
Prime Minister Modi's visit is both timely and appropriate. The situation has finally become conducive, not too early, not too late, making this a perfect moment for community engagement with both the warring communities. As a Thado indigenous people from Manipur, our position is very clear that Manipur's territorial integrity remains intact and peace prevails, and we are happy. And we are not opposed to anything other than which is against coexistence, mutual coexistence within the Manipur territory. So any attempt towards cultural erasure or act of terrorism against the Thado community is totally unacceptable from the Thado part. So we welcome him, and Government of India consistently used to refer the present conflict as ethnic, meaning it is Kuki versus Meitei, but the definition of Kuki is disputed by many, despite the emotions being very high with the so-called non-Naga tribes who are affected without having a platform. Finally, the Ministry of Home Affairs have legitimized the insurgent group Kuki militants, particularly UPF and KNO, and started taking a step by engaging with them and extending the agreed ground rules with some newly renegotiated term that also pave a way to the so-called non-Naga tribes who are influenced by the so-called UPF and KNOs, that beyond the joint monitoring group, they have been given a platform to discuss and their issues, wherein a settlement can be arrived in a time-bound manner called a negotiated political settlement under the Constitution of India without affecting the territorial integrity of Manipur. That gives hopes and ray of light to the Kuki insurgent group. And at the same time, the Kuki-Zo Council simultaneously also agreed to open the highway, particularly the national highway connecting Dimapur, Guwahati, all those from Imphal. In such a scenario, both the Kuki groups and the Meitei groups have finally agreed to engage. That shows that the sovereignty of India, the power of government of India is still...
Michael, two very specific questions. Do you think that there's a possibility of Bharatiya Janata Party trying to form the government after Prime Minister's
Absolutely,
visit?
possibility is always there at any point in time.
You think it's possible?
Absolutely, it's possible.
Do you think new leadership is being groomed?
Yeah, new leader and all. Yes, of course, a new leader is required.
So what is the roadmap ahead? Because right now, two breakthroughs have happened. The first breakthrough is the Sioux agreements. You may have a different opinion on that. The second is on the Manipur's territorial integrity. Yes, there is a boycott call by Naga groups. What sort of expectations you have from Prime Minister's speech? What sort of announcements do you expect from the Prime Minister's speech this time? One, I expect is there is going to be a lot of effort to pull reconciliation.
Prime Minister's visit should be a landmark and historic. But this time, though, he visited as a healing touch, because despite all the hectic schedule, he tried to manage to drop into Manipur, that also in two locations. That is a healing touch. I don't expect anything kind of a big declaration or something. I think this is a healing touch, because in the last two and a half years almost, both the people of Manipur, respective of communities, have suffered. I think this is just only a healing touch. I don't expect any declaration or announcement from Prime Minister at this point in time.
But there is one issue. 15,000 people continue to languish in the camps. Internally displaced people. That has not been resolved as of now.
Absolutely, community understanding will happen. With this, now government has been trusted. Both the groups, Kuki groups and the Meitei groups, have trust to the government of India, repose their faith. In such a scenario, I'm sure that both the communities will be in talking terms, and with that community understanding only this can be resolved, not through Prime Minister visiting or not through by means of military power or President's rule. So obviously the roadmap is community understanding, and I'm sure that will happen for sure.
Michael, before I let go of you, civil society actors have already and always taken positions which are independent from the authority in Manipur. Even in this context, a Meitei-dominated civil society organization has taken a very different position. Do you think that current dispensation has the political stamina to bring these, first of all, people on a common space, or to marginalize them so that they can actually create space for an inter-ethnic dialogue in Manipur, people to people?
Absolutely, that will happen, because now Government of India, Ministry of Home Affairs, after a long time, they have taken steps. You will see Arambai Kengal taking a reverse gear and trying to reconcile, welcoming the suspension of operation agreement. I'm pretty sure, because both the communities have agreed to talk and discuss their grievances with the Ministry of Home Affairs, Government of India. So I think that is going to happen very soon, because the sovereignty of India has prevailed finally, and two communities have agreed to listen to the Government of India as well, and the Kuki militants also, who have their own civil society groups, Kuki-Zo Council. The simultaneous agreement was signed on 4th September. That clearly shows that they repose their faith to the Home Ministry.